Morning, everyone. Once again, my name is WYLEY Owens. I'm the founder and see everything O at Salud Refresco. Just to recap the brand, it's an all-natural line of Mexican-style sparkling beverages, craft soda, made with organic fair trade cane sugar. It's fair trade certified by Fair Trade USA, and to address some of the judges' comments from yesterday, the Fair Trade USA symbol is on the front of the label for labels that just arrived at my co-packer for a production run on Monday. It's made with no artificial preservatives, no artificial colors. We were able to achieve this bright, beautiful colors with natural coloring. And no high fructose corn syrup, which for most of us in this room, that's kind of a no-brainer. But for a lot of conventional consumers, it's still not. It is non-GMO. Verification is in process, so I won't say it's certified or verified yet. And it contains about 25 to 30% less sugar than comparative soda brands like the Jarritos brand. About 120 calories, average 120 calories, 30 grams of sugar per bottle, which if you look at the back of a Jarritos, you'll see those same numbers, but it's 1.5 servings instead of 1 full bottle. And it's made with at least 85% organic ingredients. It's available in 5 flavors, 4-packs, as well as singles. Fruit punch, mango, grapefruit, mandarin, and pineapple. I apologize if this is hard to read. The first person I hire is definitely going to be proficient in PowerPoint. So this came out of just the general idea of thinking naturally. I alluded to it yesterday that I grew up in the natural food industry. My family owns a small distributor out of New Hampshire called Associated Buyers. And through that, I kind of grew up drinking these brands like Natural 90, some people might remember it, Knudsen Spritzers. And through having all of these things, I've just grown up thinking naturally. And then finding a brand like Jarritos, which I love, and the flavors and the colors and everything, it was thinking of a natural alternative. And so it's this idea of finding familiar products and then finding healthier alternatives. Jillian Michaels was in an interview yesterday, and she was talking about pop chips, and she said, is pop chips a superfood? No, it's not, but people still want chips. Is Salud a superfood? No, it's not. But I do believe that people still want the flavor and the nostalgia of drinking a soda. This is that better alternative. Approachable, affordable, and accessible are 3 things I use a lot. Right now it sells at $1.99 at Whole Foods with a Whole Foods margin, and my highest costs, as those costs get lower, I won't take a larger margin. I will bring that cost down to try and compete with the 99-cent Jarritos. Shooting for $1.49, it's on sale right now at $1.29 at Whole Foods. So I believe that that's an accessible, approachable, and affordable way to get people into this category, into natural, into organics, into fair trade. Again, sorry if this is hard to read. It's currently in all 34 stores, thanks to great support from Whole Foods Market in the Northeast region, soon to be 35 stores, and as well as independent stores throughout New York City, the Northeast, and New England. The initial target demographics are certainly urban areas with a larger Latino population, cultural influence. New York City starting here, then looking at Los Angeles, Miami, Austin, those types of places. Within those target markets, I believe the potential demographic is vastly diversified in terms of age, from moms, teenagers, millennials, baby boomers, from conventional grocery stores to small markets, bodegas, C-stores, restaurants, and bars. Once again, my name is WYLEY Owens, and this is Salud Refresco. Thank you.
Nice job. All right. Oops. We just did a, before the break, we did a presentation about chasing giants, and WYLEY have made no bones about making a better-for-you version of what Jarritos has sort of pioneered. What do you think of that approach, Scott?
Yeah, well, my first reaction before seeing the brand proposition is that, does the world need another soft drink, right? So, because there's so many out there, but just like in the beer industry, there's room for innovation. So the next piece for me is what's the unique brand story? And then second, is there a provenance? Is there a story about where it comes from and when you should drink it and why it's special? Similar to the way the new craft beers have kind of muscled their way into a market where there's plenty of current incumbents. So it tastes amazing. I love the colors. How do we dial up the backstory? Where does it come from? Why is it special? Why is it different? Those would be all the things that I would ask as, you know, from a VEV lens.
Mm-hmm. Mark, Paula Grant was a judge yesterday, and she looked at the lineup and said, I feel like this has been a brand that's been around forever.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way, and why?
Yeah, it's, I have some of the same challenges Scott would have, right? Does the world really need this? Is it the best we can do as an industry to bring this sort of stuff out? That aside for a second, I love the branding, and I do think it looks like it's been around forever. The challenge there is going to be, you know, who you're going after, right? So in the Mexican market, you know, one of the challenges we learned in broadly Hispanic market was, you know, had we tried to go after that market with coconut water, it wasn't going to work because they know the brands they know the products they know, and generally they're aspirational generalizing for, you know, premium brands. So I think starting with that audience is going to be a challenge, actually. So you probably do have to start with a more natural food, conventional, natural food consumer first. But when I think about that audience, I think you're going to have a doubly large challenge. I don't know what the numbers are on Jarritos, if that's actually, millennials are drinking that as a alternative soda.
I mean,
if it's not on, we can try this one.
I do believe so, and Jarritos, from the numbers that I've seen, did about $200 million in sales in the U.S. alone last year. So I believe that is obvious. If it's coming from the older generation, that's being passed down, and I do believe that the younger generation, my generation, in those Latino populations are looking for better products, but they still want that kind of familiarity of something. So.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have some challenge. That's a marketing challenge that I think is going to be a challenge. I really do. But I think it's. But I like the branding. I like the packaging. I like the simplicity of it. But I think you're gonna have some challenges.
Yeah, John, BevNet's sort of followed the growth of craft soda over the last few years, and sort of the different ways that brands are trying to take advantage of the growth and demand in that category. How does Salud sort of fit into that kind of mold?
I mean, it doesn't really feel like a craft soda to me, which I don't think you're exactly going for. I mean, craft soda has more, I think, kind of unique flavors. I think this is something to me that seems like kind of on what, Mark said. I mean, I think there's a business for this there. I think it's one that's kind of, opportunistic, I guess I'd call it, which is just, a grab from other stuff that's out there. It doesn't seem like an authentic ethnic product to me. It seems like something that, sure, in a Whole Foods, like, there's probably a buyer for it there. I just don't, I have no idea like how big that is. I think it's something also just, marketing regular soda is sort of a challenge at this point, obviously. So, I don't know. Again, I feel like there's definitely something out there for it, just not sure where exactly. So.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Bill, where do you stand on the proposition of this being a better-for-you soda and how it fits into the whole health and wellness kind of set of food and beverages?
So a few things. First, I think $1.49 is a sweet spot at retail. I think you need to get there as soon as possible. I see this being a good product for fast casual market. Absolutely. I do like the branding. Average soda, 12 ounce, has 40 grams or 10 teaspoons of sugar. I like that you've dialed it back. Hey, I like to eat snacks and drink soda at nighttime sometime. I would drink this stuff. I think it's good.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but thanks so much, WYLEY. Great stuff.